न्यूज़ है जी, ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़ सीधा आपको कोलंबो से हम दे रहे हैं। वो ये है कि आप लोगों के बहुत सवाल आए थे, सुबह से काफ़ी सवाल आ रहे थे सभी के। वो थे रिज़र्व डे से जुड़े हुए lots of questions all of you were sending. So the latest update that I'm bringing you from Colombo is that there will be reserve day for the India versus Pakistan game that is scheduled to be played on the 10th. So the game on the 10th will have a reserve day. That's very interesting because an exception has been made just for India versus Pakistan match, because there's a game before that, Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh, which is to be played on the 9th, but that cannot have a reserve day because a day after that India versus Pakistan is scheduled to happen. India versus Pakistan is on the 10th. 11th there is no game, so you can have a reserve day on the 11th. So this is interesting. It never usually happens in a tournament because rules are usually pretty much standard for every team. If there's a reserve day for one match, there will be a reserve day for the other also. I mean, while we all know that India versus Pakistan is the big ticket encounter, but such exceptions have never been made, even if it's a big ticket encounter versus games probably that don't have the same kind of interest. But this is unprecedented, that only for certain games in certain stage of the tournament you've got a reserve day. But at the end of the day, it's great news because majority of fans that would be interested in India versus Pakistan, it's good news for them. Last time around we could not see a completion of a game in Palakile. You saw half the game and not the remaining half. But the good news is that the reserve day will not start from the scratch. So supposing if a similar situation happens here in Colombo, where you saw the first innings and then the rain came down, the second innings could not happen, what the reserve day is going to do, the match will start from where it was left off. So let's say like Palakele, if 266 is what India had got, 267 was the target for Pakistan, next day they'll start from scratch chasing 267. So the match won't start afresh because sometimes that happens on reserve day. I remember the 2003 World Cup final, India-Australia started raining, there was a reserve day. The rule there was that the match was supposed to start from zero, like whatever had happened in Australia's inning wouldn't have counted, you had to start from scratch. That's not the case here. So the match will start from where it is left off, which is good news because then you might get to see a result between India and Pakistan. It could play out like a test match where you have day 1 and day 2, but 50 overs nonetheless, and hopefully over a period of 2 days you get to see a full quota of 100 overs. If not 100 overs, at least even if it's a shortened game, you might see a result, and that should in a sense answer everyone who was saying India is scared of Pakistan and all of that. That was trending, all that nonsense that was trending. So that's also good. At least you will get to see a full-fledged competition. So it's spread over 2 days. Only for India Pakistan that exception has been made, and it's not going to. Yeah, as Debayu is pointing out, that India New Zealand game, you're right, at the 2019 World Cup semis started from where it was left off. So similar thing will happen here as well. It will start from where it is left off, but no other match will have a reserve day. It's most likely now, just as they've had a reserve day for this game, almost 100% you'll have a reserve day for the final two. That is going to be the most likely scenario. So that's the latest update from here in Colombo. I was live about a couple of hours ago and I had reported good weather, no rain, bright sun, blue skies, and that's exactly what it is right now also. This is bright sunny weather. There's been another change though from what I'd reported at 11 in the morning to now. The Indian team was scheduled to practice at 6 p.m. I told you. That's also changed now to 8 p.m. and I think that's happened because even Bangladesh Sri Lanka team are practicing at 6 p.m. It wouldn't have been possible to have 3 teams at the same time in the same ground, even though they have main facilities in the ground and outdoor nets as well. So that's changed. India will then I think go at the end of the practice session of Sri Lanka and Bangladesh at 8 p.m. tonight. Indian team will be practicing. I'll be bringing you all the latest updates. In case it starts raining at that time, then Indian practice will shift to indoors. So that's the latest update from Colombo in terms of a reserve day. Okay. Yes, the ground, Debayu, the ground has been covered, completely covered in Premadasa, but there was a lot of rain there last few days, so there's still water that seeped in below the covers as well. but we'll get to know exact condition of the ground when I'm there in the evening at 5:36. So I'll update you with that as well. Rain is expected later in the day today and on Saturday and on Sunday. Not so much, it has reduced, but still rain is expected. So a lot of you saying unfair to other teams. I kind of have to agree with you. Very unusual. Same tournament, same situation. Two teams get a reserve day, the others don't. But I'm afraid that's how the cookie crumbles. Nikhil Nas signing off from Colombo. Bye bye.